Hi, Sagittarius-Capricorn Cusp Collective. Welcome back to Cusp of Roses for your general cosmic tarot spread and reading. I hope that this live finds you in the highest vibration possible. And I thank you guys so much for all the love you show here on my channel. And I do hope that this reading and the multiple readings here on my channel do serve you well and offer you that love right on back. Okay, Sagittarius, Capricorns. My Sagicorns, go ahead and offer up some gratitude into your space. I will be doing the same. You can do it along with me or do whatever feels right for you. And then we will get into your messages, okay? Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, my ascended ancestors, the ascended masters, and all holy angels, thank you so much for being here with me and with the Sagittarius Capricorn Cusp Collective of Energy here on YouTube for their general cosmic tarot reading and spread. I thank you so much, Divine, for clearing my energy and allowing me to channel the most important messages here that I almost wanted to just say Capricorn. That Sagittarius Capricorn energies need to know and be aware of when it comes to whatever planets, houses, transits, aspects, zodiac signs, or elemental energies might be supporting them in the now moment, guiding them in the now moment, or just connecting with them. And I thank you for clear guidance on what those connections and that energy is. We appreciate your presence, your love, your mercy, the grace that you give us, the support you bring, and your peace that you offer, Divine. We just thank you for being with us here in the now. We love you, and so it is. Okay, these cards are like really wanting to speak here. Wow. All right, you might have a lot going on, Sagicorn, so let's just get right on into it. If it looks a little smoky or a little foggy or misty, I am burning frankincense resin that I purchased from Queen Cup. You can check out her tarot channel here on YouTube. It's really awesome. And the website I went to was queencup.ca, but I believe it might be changing to smudgealot.com. I'm burning the occulta resin right now. And it smells so good. It's very calming. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So check her out if you are interested in frankincense and any of those fun things. Okay. All right. Sorry, Sagittarians. They're just pulling me really deep in. Okay. So this one might be a doozy. What we got here, Sagittarians, energetically. Yeah. That's what that was. Mars and Force here. Okay. What else is here for Sagittarius Capricorn energies? Yeah, you got Void, of course, Moon, and you got the 6th house routine. All right. Let me order this. Okay, so for my number people, you do have a number 5 here with Mars. And you have, I was going to say Mars being Aries energy. You have 30 here with the 6th house, which is Virgo. Breaking down into a 3, and then you have 52 Void, of course, Moon, breaking down into a 7. Okay, so 3, 5, and 7 odd numbers, but those are your root energies here for this reading. Something about that Mars energy in Force, it's like you might be feeling a lot of rush of energy or a push. Feeling like you're being pushed, feeling like the universe is kind of shoving things either onto you here at Sagittarius, Capricorn, and or maybe just even feeling, because I think I saw the Mercury retrograde card wanted to flip out. So seeing that this is the last day of the retrograde, tomorrow Mercury stations direct and or maybe it's the 4th, okay? So over the next couple of days, next 72 hours, we can say, Mercury will be stationing direct. So maybe during this Mercury retrograde, there were a lot of things that were coming up that maybe you felt forced to address, forced to change and shift, forced to incorporate or integrate, forced to look at, like forced to sit with. Maybe that's that Force energy. We'll dig a little deeper with the tarot. But with that 6th house and routine, it's that Virgo energy. It's definitely And the void of course moon missing, so something might have been missing from your daily routine that you had, that you were forced to pay attention to, whether this is with your diet and your health, because that could also be what Virgo can represent, right? Whether it's with your health, your wellness, something missing just in your activity, your physical well-being, especially with Aries being here with Mars. It's a very physical first house, the body, right? Maybe there was something that did happen over Mercury retrograde that forced you to think about or look at something or figure out what might be missing in your day-to-day routines, because that's what that sixth house energy is all about, okay? Yeah, I just feel like you were forced to see something that was missing. Yeah, you have the Aries again here with the Fool, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So something new wanting to start, a new opportunity to work at something, increase your knowledge or your skill set around something, okay? Forced to pay attention to the details. Very Virgo-like, right? Maybe you're feeling very detail-oriented, or maybe just a little touchy or sensitive kind of around certain things being very right. So like dotting your I's, crossing your T's, just making sure punctuation is there, proofreading something. Maybe not a physical document, but it's like taking a second look or a deeper look into something here, okay? In order to fine tune it, in order to better it, in order to fill some sort of void here maybe, okay? All right. Thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about Mars, the sixth house, and the void, of course, moon. Tell me more about Mars, sixth house, and the void, of course, moon here for Sagittarius-Capricorn energies. What do they need to know about Mars, the sixth house, and void, of course, moon? What's going on here? What's this force? Let's start there. What's the force? What is Sagittarius being forced to do here? I feel like I touched on it, but yeah, Six of Wands, okay? Queen of Wands. Very interesting. Both Leo energies. Oh, then you got the Six of Pentacles. I want to say, does something else flip out? Okay. Now, some of you guys, you might be, like I said, something might be forced. You might be, come on, words. Come on. Something here is forcing you to pay attention to something, or you might be now the center of that attention or receiving a lot of forceful attention here, especially with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Let me see, do I have anything else in this coal? Yeah, I got a little bit more. Hold on one second, y'all. Make sure I get the most out of this coal here. This resin. Okay. I think somebody is either forced to recognize you here, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Forced to pay attention. Queen of Wands. Let's look into this and see what's going on with this Queen of Wands energy. Whoa, Justice. So attraction, because Justice Libra, and then the connection to Venus. Or balance. Yeah, Justice and the Six of Pentacles to definitely talk about something coming to balance here. It's like my mind wants to say something, but my mouth is like struggling to find the words here. It feels a bit, maybe that's why, okay, thank you, Divine. It feels kind of vast and varied, and maybe that's why I can't necessarily narrow it down to say like this is what the situation might be. But it's definitely attention here with the Six of Wands, and the Queen of Wands definitely knows how to draw attention to themselves, right? Don't worry about gender, it's just energy. They're both Leo. It's both being the center of attention. Some of you might be forced into being the center of attention here. Okay, which would somehow act as justice for some of you. So maybe this is like a feeling of not, maybe maybe that's what some of you might feel like here, Sagittarians, that there's this recognition that's missing. Because maybe there's something you've been doing on a very routine basis. This could definitely be in career here, okay? Like maybe you've been, you know, again, on your P's and Q's, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You haven't slipped up, and it's like you're on a routine with it now. To the point where maybe if this is workplace, it's like people expect you to be on point now because you've set that in motion as your routine. That's how you're showing up. But I don't know that you feel like you're getting the recognition, the acknowledgement, the sense of success that you feel that that effort deserves. Right? It's like you're not getting your justice in this situation, or there is this desire for that justice and that balance, right? You're giving a lot to a situation, so you want a lot back. I feel like for a lot of you, this is career, because with the Leo, that's the 5th house. It's creativity. It's being on the center stage. It's finding a leadership role. It's like being the center of attention, right? Putting on a performance, right? So your performance is become your, again, I want to say a high level of performance is becoming routine here. And so it's like, now I want the payout or the money or the, you know, the salary that matches that effort. Like for some of y'all, that could be the thing. It's like, I want my just due. Okay. I want the recognition for all the work that I've put in, right? For all that I bring to the table. Queen of Wands. For the things that you've created for some of you. Okay. I think for others of you, this might be like a, I don't want to say unexpected, but it just might be very quick. A quick shift of attention onto you when it comes to something here. So even if you have been in this routine and maybe you're okay with not necessarily getting the recognition or being center stage with the work that you're doing, it's like that's coming to you regardless, I feel like, of Mars, right? For a lot of you, though, it's like, I do want that. Yeah, it's like, that's what's missing. Like, I'm not getting the recognition. I'm not getting that sense of success or victory that I feel I deserve. So I want it. Okay. Tell me more about what's the overall message here. Whoa. That came flying out. Yeah, you got the Empress. That's what I mean. I've been creating. I've been, some of you, not necessarily, the word patient came to mind. I don't know how that'll connect, but maybe we'll connect the dots later in the reading. But it's like you've been cultivating, you've been growing, you've been nurturing things, right? That Queen of Wands, it's like you've been creating the spark, or you're leading something. I'm just getting a lot of creativity. This is Venus, particularly as a celestial body, the Empress. And maybe Venus now being out of retrograde and definitely settled and in its stationary track, it's like, maybe something about that Venus retrograde activated this awareness of the fact that, hey, like, I'm actually not getting what's fair here. Some of you, it's like that's now aware, like you're aware, it's like something's a little off with that, and not off in like a bad way, but it's like, yeah, some of y'all, this is like career where you're putting in a lot of work. Again, you have a solid routine of performance or a high level of performance that people just maybe expect out of you at this point, right? There's no expectation for you to perform poorly or any of that. It's like you've been consistent on this routine, and it's like, okay, where's my flowers almost, I want to say. With the Empress, tell me more about this Empress energy. Warrior of Wands. Yeah, it's like, this is what I was saying. Something might be shifting kind of fast or might be very intense. Okay. So if you've been feeling like that attention or that recognition has been missing, you're definitely about to get it, Sagittarius. And it might come in quick, and it might be very intense. Okay. But I think you'll be able to handle it because justice is here, which means that it will bring a certain level of balance to the amount of time, energy, effort, focus that you've put into something or put out for something. Okay. All right, let's look into what this routine about. Tell me more about this routine. What's this routine for Sagittarius-Capricorn? Spirit of Swords, King of Swords energy, so very strategically minded. Some of you, again, it's like you show up in the workplace very magnetic there with the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Okay, very, very attractive, knows how to pull attention, pull abundance, and maybe not attention in like recognition, but attention as far as connecting with others. So like if you're in sales, right, let's just say you're in sales and you know how to like get your clients' attention, you know how to get them excited about whatever you're selling, right? You become very good at it. Empress energy, right? But then on the other hand, you know how to make clear-headed decisions here with the King of Swords. You know how to make just decisions. You have justice here as well. So it's you're really, I feel like here, Sagittarians, you know how to operate in both your feminine with the Queen of Wands and your masculine here with the King of Swords energy. Tell me more about this routine. Potential, right? That's what I wanted to come out earlier. Yeah, it's like with the Fool energy here, there's potential. It's like you either know how to spot potential here. Again, some of you might be scouts, some of you might be where your attention to detail, ooh, yeah, where your attention to detail is like one of your strong suits here. Your ability to see things ahead of time for some of y'all with the King of Swords, right? And make decisions based off of that. And it's like you're rarely wrong in those choices because it ushers in a lot of newness here. It's like you're able to spot the potential in things. Maybe you're an investor, whatever the case may be. It's like you definitely are, you have a very, they're giving me the word rare, but if it's a rare skill set in industry, it's maybe, if it's not that, it's like you're very, very good at what you do. And I think it's like, not in a cocky way, it's just like, well, you know, I've produced some good work, right? You have temperance here. That's what I'm saying. It's not in a cocky way. It's you have value. You add something to a situation, right? You maybe you've offered this industry, this business, this organization an opportunity, or you've created some sort of potential energy in the realm that you work in, right? Through your routines, through your work, through your day-to-day practices. And you have temperance here, so it's like I just think you have a knack here, Sagittarians, for shifting your perspective, shifting ideas, shifting how you see things to kind of move with what's coming in, what's new. Like maybe you have a knack for trends. And again, this is something that's been routine. So like, even if this is like business, this is sales, this is accounting, it's like you're able to kind of be an asset. That's what this feels like. I think you're starting to either wake up to the fact that you're definitely an asset wherever you are, or that you do bring a lot of value to whatever table you're sitting at. And it's like wanting your plate. You know what I mean? It's like, give me my plate, give me my fork, my knife, my spoon, right? I want the appetizers, I want the entree, I want the dessert, give me a drink, like, because you're a part of this table, and or you do bring something here. You offer something balanced. And again, you have two cards that are about balancing, right? One being more of a balance of perspectives, the other being more of a balance of spiritual energy or emotional energy because of the cups present. Tempering out your emotions and your feelings, like feeling something out, right? Knowing how to get the right mix, knowing how to kind of ride whatever wave is there, so that, again, this just feels like you're able to spot the new, the up and coming, the potential in something. Okay. Others of you, totally side note, other type of timeline coming in here with the routine energy. Maybe this is a need to temper or shift something in your daily routine that gives you more room, space, time maybe, okay, to start something new, to incorporate new things into your routine. Like maybe there's a need to make a decision around that. Because with the temperance, it's telling me that something definitely needs to shift or is shifting, or you're really good at being the shifter, right? This is Sagittarius energy, so this could definitely be you. It's like you just know how to balance out whatever room you're in, whatever table you're on. It's that mutable. This is, thank you, Divine. It's that ability to be mutable. You add, okay, we're flowing over here. I add value this way. Okay, this is over here. I have this to bring. It's like, it's not rigid. It's very flowy, right? You know how to just kind of fill in those voids. Thank you, Divine. You know how to fill in the voids. And that's why I was saying it's not coming from a place of ego, I don't feel. It's just like, some of y'all, this is like a work environment, right? Where whatever your boss may ask you to do, you might not even, that might not even be on your job description, but you know how to do it. So you fill that void, or you fill in for people, or do you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of flexibility that you offer or you bring within a routine, within something that you do on a day-to-day basis, that I think, whether you know it or want to force it or not, this Mars energy might be pushing that into the spotlight somehow, or bringing that up forward in someone's consciousness, bringing you justice in some way, shape, or form, or balance in that, because it's due. I feel that, like it's due to you. Okay, let's get some more. Tell me more about this routine for Sagittarius-Capricorn. Yep, so they both came right back out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have a certain skill set, a certain trade, a certain ability, a certain knack. Or maybe you're a Jack or Jill of all trades, right? So there's nothing you really can't do, right? Or you learn really quickly, maybe even with that Warrior of Wands. It's like you're not afraid to take things head on. You're not afraid to, like, not attack it, but just go for it. Figure it out. Take action on something. And maybe that's what Mars helps you to do. Maybe you have a very strong Mars placement, or you could have a fire sign in Mars. Okay? Or your Mars could be in Libra for some of you, especially with the Empress and Justice here. So you might want to look up what Mars in Libra, even if that's not your placement, look up how that looks or what that energy manifests as, and see if that resonates with you. Because again, it's like you've put in some sort of solid work here. You have a solid production rate. You're putting up the numbers. You're getting the sales, whatever. You're meeting the quota, whatever this could be. Your routine is solid here. Okay, some of you might even be adding new skills to whatever you do, okay, which will definitely solidify your place somewhere, okay? And with this void, of course, missing, it's like whatever is lacking, you have the ability to fill. So for some of y'all, this could just say that someone in the workplace, or maybe a boss, or, you know, a client, or whatever this could be, sees the value that you bring, understands that you might be the missing piece, or you might be able to unlock what's missing or fill what's missing here. So it might require you to be a little mutable or flexible in your day-to-day. And I don't necessarily feel like you're opposed to that. I just think that, yeah, for some of y'all, it's like finally they see it, and or it's like this recognition might just be coming in very intensely out of kind of nowhere, out of the blue for some of y'all. What's the overall message here for routine for Sagittarius Capricorn? Okay. Yeah, Nymph of Swords. So you might, Yeah, I just feel like you might have to incorporate a new perspective, a new skill, a new idea. Communication might even be coming towards you about someone wanting to either start something new or sees that you have the potential to do something different that you might want to learn about, like I said, that you then add to your arsenal of skills. So not only can you do this, you can also do that, you can also do this, you can also, you see what I'm saying? It's that mutable aspect of that Sagittarius energy that you carry. And then on top of being mutable and flexible, it's like very self-starter, right? With the Warrior of Wands. The Warrior of Wands doesn't need anyone to tell them when to start something or put a fire under their butt. They already got it, right? It comes natural. Give them a task. Okay, I'm going to go do that right now. Drop everything, go do it now, right? So yeah, some of you, this just feels like you might be looking for justice in a workplace. And what I mean by justice and balance is looking for some sort of compensation for the value that you bring to what you do, or your industry, or your company, or your organization, whatever that might be. What's missing here, though? What's the missing energy? The moon. Wow, moon clarifying, moon energy. What's this moon and what's missing? Introspection here, the Hermit. So it might be missing. It might be very different for all of you, which is why the divine would say, well, it's the moon. You got to figure it out. You got to go deep within and tune in. Excuse my pupper, y'all. You got to go deep within and tune in to what actually is in alignment for you. What might be missing? 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. A shift. So again, I feel like for some of you, if this is like, again, I'm getting high career energy. So if this is, you've been putting in the work, you've been showing the results, you've been getting the quotas, hitting the numbers, doing everything right, filling the voids, right? Being flexible, just ready to do whatever. Oh, that puppy. Ready to do whatever the divine or, and this could even be the divine. This couldn't even be the career because that just slipped out. Maybe you're now in a position where you are flexible and ready for whatever guidance, sign, synchronicity, movement, shift the divine is wanting you to make, and or this employer is wanting you to make, or whatever this could be, okay? But I think, again, what's missing is the commitment. What's missing is the feeling of this is where I'm supposed to be, or this is solid, or this is, it's like you are solid, Sagittarians, but I don't necessarily feel like you feel as solid or secure in whatever this is, which is why Mars might be forcing you to kind of bring that energy up or have that conversation in the workspace or address whatever this 6 of Wands and Queen of Wands energy is, right? It's like addressing the need. It's like I need to feel like I'm a part of that, or I need to feel like my job or what I bring to the table is valuable, or like my employer sees my value. It's some of you might have like this job security thing, right? And I mean that's totally normal, natural in the world we're living in right now, especially, right? It's like you might be looking for that recognition, that acknowledgement of, yes, you are valuable, we need you, stay here, right? Or never leave this job, right? We want you to stay as long as possible, right? You see what I'm saying? I think some of y'all it's like that. Some of y'all it's like that, but that would also kind of err and border on the line here as Sagittarians for wanting outside validation, which there's nothing wrong with. But don't forget that you also have the power to give yourself that validation. So if the boss isn't paying attention or not, giving you your kudos or not giving you the bonus you deserve or whatever the case may be, it's like you can validate who you are. You don't have to look to other people to do that. And I think that that's what might be missing. So you might be trying to force the validation when it really needs to come from within, right? And then that's what maybe offers you the movement, the shift, that might offer you that movement and that shift that you're maybe looking for, or I I don't know, for some of y'all, the universe might even be giving you specific signs that you're on the right path, you're where you need to be, you're headed in the right direction, right? All of that directional energy from the Eight of Wands. But you still might be, and or depending on your Mars placement, looking for that type of validation, again, in the connections that you have outside of yourself, with where you are in the workplace, from a boss, from others, whatever the case may be. Okay, and there's no judgment here. We all do it. But I think that's what this moon is. It's like what you're actually seeking is within you. Oh, wow. Okay. What you're actually seeking is within you here, okay? What's the overall message here for what's missing? But again, there's nothing wrong with wanting a recognition. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be acknowledged for the work that you do, right? But just be mindful if you're trying to force other people to do that, when again, you can just acknowledge yourself. Like, you know the work that you're putting in, Eight of Pentacles, right? You know the flexibility that you offer. You know what you bring to the table. It's just whether or not someone's willing to witness it, see it, or acknowledge it. And I think don't let that lack of acknowledgement here, Sagittarius, stop you from really rising into your full potential here, and or beginning something new, or, you know, keep going or aiming for something here, okay? Because with a lot of these pentacles, it does definitely feel like you have goals here. You have things you want to accomplish and want to conquer, you want to have success in. Don't let the lack of recognition stop you from achieving or pursuing that. Okay? Don't let the response dictate your intensity around what it is that you want. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, some of you, this could even be if you're like an entrepreneur, maybe only you're holding the vision, right? It's your vision to see forward. So other people not seeing the vision, not recognizing it, not acknowledging it, should just be a drop in the water. It should be. And I hate using that word, right? Should, because life is just too complex for shoulds. But ideally, right? Your vision, you're seeing it through, you keep that intensity up. Whether you're getting the recognition or not, you keep up the routine, you keep building your skill set, you keep working towards it, right? Because at the end of the day, your belief in your own potential is going to get you a lot further than anyone else's belief. Okay? All right. Overall message here. Come on now. And now you got the sun. That's what I'm talking about. Sagittarius, it's exactly what I'm talking about. You being your own fire. This is what I mean. You don't need anyone to light your fire or fan your flames, or you know what you're doing. You know what you're putting yourself into. You know the work you put behind something. And you will eventually get to that success. And again, I think that's what might be a little hard to deal with, right? Four of Cups, right? Might be a little dissatisfied with the lack of attention or the lack of recognition. Some of you definitely might have a Leo and Mars, or Mars and Leo placement, or Libra, right? It's like, that's a thing. That's a total thing. But trust that that's maybe the lesson here, because now you have the sun and the moon. Okay? I think that's the lesson there for you, Sagittarius, is that if no other cup is filling your cup, you still have your own to fill, right? It's like looking at that energy or other people's I don't want to say situations, but it's just like that yearning for maybe the recognition. It's like wanting them to fill your cup, wanting them to give you a pat on the back or a kudos, or, you know, again, the bonus, or wanting to feel like you belong and or are secure in where you are is normal, natural, and very human thing to do. But remember that you can always give that validation to self. Again, no one is going to fill your cup like you, like the divine. Okay? So that sun is definitely coming for you. You just keep up your level of intensity. You keep creating, right? Empress energy. Keep creating. Keep being abundant. Keep being magnetic here, Queen of Wands. You just keep doing what you do, and all will kind of come into alignment, because this Eight of Wands means you're definitely shifting. Temperance, right? You're definitely moving towards where you need to be. You just have to keep going and believing in that alignment, right? It's like your belief, like I'll say, your belief in the alignment with what you're doing is all that matters at the end of the day. It's Four of Wands. Your belief in the alignment, your trust in the alignment is all that matters. All right, so just keep going, keep chugging along. All right, Sagittarians, I hope that this reading was helpful to you all. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. If any part of it resonated, let me know in the comment section below which one connected with you or what energies was coming up within you while you watched. And I thank you guys for being here, and I will see you all in your love reading. If not in the later end of this week, probably next week, okay? Namaste.